Hi, buongiorno. Good morning. Your boy Big Rich, Queens, New York City, where we get busy. Special episode today. Happy birthday shout out to the oldest gangster in the game, Sonny Franzese. Write down the business with a little profile. Let's go. Gentlemen, wipe your feet on the rug. Throw some smoke in the air. Business. Here's a profile out of by the way of Gangsters Inc. by David Amoruso. All right, so this is a spotlight back from 2017. All right. Now we did a article on Sonny Mob Story Season 1 was an article when he turned 102, right? Today he's 103. So we're going to do this little spotlight profile of Sonny and wish him a happy birthday because at 103, he's the oldest OG alive, or at least one of the oldest that we know about. Sonny Franzese is an old-school gangster walking around in the world that has changed significantly since when he first started committing crimes. Born in Naples, Italy on February 6, 1919, he started his criminal career during a time when Charles Lucky Luciano, Joseph Profaci, Vincent Mangano, Gaetano Gagliano, and Joseph Bonanno had become bosses of the 5 mob families in New York. Those 5 men are all gone now. Many of the men who became boss after them have died as well. But Sonny is still here, breathing and walking the streets, demanding his cut from mob rackets. The road to the year 2010, however, hasn't been paved in gold. Sonny has spent over 25 years in prison. His arrest records date back to 1938 and includes arrests for felonious assault, gambling, disorderly conduct, and vagrancy. In 1967, he was hit with a 50-year sentence after being convicted of planning several bank robberies. He was paroled several times since then, but was always sent back to his cell after picking up his old life of crime and violating the conditions of his parole. Leaving the criminal life behind was just not possible anymore. Sonny had become a made member of the Colombo crime family and had made an oath to its boss, Joseph Profaci. He could only leave the mafia if he died, and Sonny did not plan on dying anytime soon. He began his criminal career as a member of the crew run by Colombo capo Sebastian Buster Alloy. He quickly rose through the ranks because of his toughness and willingness to engage in violence. In the book Quitting the Mob, written by Sonny's son Michael, one such violent story is recounted. Sonny was in the back corner of a bar talking to a slim young man. It was around 2 a.m. The bar was filled with patrons enjoying a night out. Everyone had a decent view of the back corner, but all were surprised when a shot rang out and the slim man slumped to the floor holding a gun. Standing next to the dead man was Sonny, holding his own gun. The corpse was dragged out of the bar, and Sonny continued his night out without a care in the world. The incident allegedly happened in the late 1940s and is one of the reasons why Sonny is so feared on the streets of New York. He is rumored to have killed over 30 people. He told an associate, "I killed a lot of guys. Not talking about 4, 5, 6, or 10. He was a favorite hitman within the Colombo family and was highly respected for his ability to switch between vicious killer and intelligent businessman with an amazing ability to earn money." He financed the classic porn movie, Deep Throat. The movie was made in 1972 for a cheap $22,000, but would go on to gross over $600 million. Sonny was also involved in more traditional rackets such as extortion, gambling, and narcotics. With a keen eye for money-making scams and an impressive list of kills, Sonny went on to become underboss of the Colombo family. He would remain an important member even while inside prison, and when he was released on parole, he would always go back to the life. By the 1970s, both of his sons, Michael and John Jr., had gotten involved with the mob. Michael became a captain and earned the Colombos hundreds of millions through a gasoline tax scam he set up with the Russian criminals. Oh, we got to talk about that with the gas scam. That'll be a great story, man. Shattered. The media right away labeled Michael a prince of the mafia. His father had schooled him in the ways of the mob and apparently had done an excellent job. But it turned out there was one big difference between the father and son. When the authorities arrested Michael on racketeering charges, he decided to make a deal with them, a disgracia. He would give information about certain people, and in return, he would get a second chance at life. After that, Sonny had been rumored to have shunned his son. In the years that followed, Michael wrote several books and became a born-again Christian. Picture that. Sonny's life continued down a different path. In the past years, he had been hit with 2 separate indictments. The first came in June of 2008. Sonny and 11 other Colombo family mobsters, including acting boss Tommy Shots Gioeli, were charged with crimes ranging from murder to the theft of fur coats. At the age of 89, it would be impossible for Sonny to ever see freedom again if he was to be convicted. To be absolutely sure the old gangster would never see freedom again, authorities brought a new indictment in the May of 2010. At the age of 93, Sonny was charged with shaking down the Penthouse and Hustler strip clubs in New York City. The double hit by prosecutors would have caused enough shock, but the worst was yet to come. Sonny's son, John Jr., would testify against his own father during the upcoming trial. A disgracia. What a disgrace. Both sons. The trial began in June and showed the American public a 93-year-old in a wheelchair who frequently fell asleep during the trial. Not exactly the notorious hitman and underboss of the Colombo crime family people expected to see. But when his son took the stand, Sonny was wide awake. John Jr. explained that he became an informant because he wanted to change his life. He had a heavy drug habit and was stealing money from his mother and other family members to buy dope. What a disgrace. His mother, 75-year-old Christina Capobianco, was also in attendance. After seeing her son on the stand, she started a heated argument with Sonny in the men's room. When she exited, she screamed at reporters and jurors that Sonny should plead guilty and let her son live his life. Give his kid a break and plead guilty. I want my son to have a break. It's the last child I have. Sonny was having none of it. The trial ran its full course, and after 3 weeks on July 7, the jury returned a guilty verdict. Sonny faces a maximum of 20 years in prison and will most likely die in a cell. When asked by reporters about this prospect, Sonny remained indifferent. I die outside, I die in jail. It don't matter. I gotta die someplace. Now, on Friday of June 23rd, 2017, Sonny walked out of prison alive, a free man, at 100 years old. He plans to spend the remaining time with his family. He has been welcomed home by his son Michael, laying to rest any rumors about Sonny shunning his son. Now, we know that he's 103 years old. Now, today, happy birthday to you, Sir OG. All right? Salute. Everybody have a good morning. Mob Story Season 2. You know how we do. We will talk soon.